On their way back to Medina, at a large sand hill, the Prophet, PBUH, divided the spoils equally among the fighters after he had taken al-Qums, 1/5. When they reached as-Safra, he ordered that 2 of the prisoners should be killed. They were Nadir bin al-Harith and Uqba bin Abi Mai, because they had persecuted the Muslims in Makkah, and harbored deep hatred towards Allah and His Messenger, PBUH. In a nutshell, they were criminals of war in modern terminology, and their execution was an awesome lesson to oppressors. Uqba forgot his pride and cried out, "Who will look after my children, O Messenger of Allah?" The Prophet, PBUH, answered, "The fire of hell." Sunan Abu Dawud. With Aun al-Mabud 3/12, did Uqba not remember the day when he had thrown the entrails of a sheep onto the head of the Prophet, PBUH, while he was prostrating himself in prayer, and Fatima had come and washed it off him? He had also strangled the Prophet, PBUH, with his cloak if it had not been for Abu Bakr to intervene and release the Prophet, PBUH. The heads of both criminals were struck off by Ali bin Abi Talib. At Ar-Raha, a suburb of Medina, the Muslim army was received by the joyous Madanis, who had come to congratulate the Prophet, PBUH, on the manifest victory that Allah had granted him. Usaid bin Hudair, acting as a mouthpiece of the other true believers, after entertaining Allah's praise, he excused himself for not having joined them on grounds that the Prophet, PBUH's, the intention was presumably an errand aiming to intercept a caravan of camels only. He added that if it had occurred to him that it would be the real war, he would have never tarried. The Prophet, PBUH, assured Usaid that he had believed him. The Prophet, PBUH, now entered Medina as a man to be counted for in a new dimension, the military field. As a consequence, a large number of the people of Medina embraced Islam, which added a lot to the strength, power, and moral standing of the true religion. The Prophet, PBUH, exhorted the Muslims treat the prisoners so well to such an extent that the captors used to give the captives their bread, the more valued part of the meal, and keep the dates for themselves. Prisoners of war constituted a problem awaiting resolution because it was a new phenomenon in the history of Islam. The Prophet, PBUH, consulted Abu Bakr and Umar bin al-Khattab as to what he should do with the prisoners. Abu Bakr suggested that he should ransom them, explaining this by saying, "They are after all our relatives, and this money would give us strength against the disbelievers. Moreover, Allah could guide them to Islam." Umar advised killing them, saying, "They are the leaders of kufr, disbelief." The Prophet, PBUH, preferred Abu Bakr's suggestion to that of Umar's. The following day, Umar called on the Prophet, PBUH, and Abu Bakr to see them weeping.